Morning, Vinay. I thought I sent the first same link, I think. So that's why it is not connected. You are? Shukti Raja. Okay.
First year. How is it now? Are you okay now?
Yes.
That's still ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ she is my student. Preeti. I am your sir.
Yes. Good morning, sir.
Students, good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
How are you, Minu?
Fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Fine. Okay, students, in the last class we are completed first unit, that is some basic concepts of chemistry, including objective and subject. Okay, na? So in this class we will discuss or we will start one more new unit, that is structure of atom or atomic structure. Students, what do you know about structure of atom? So what you learned in your lower classes in structure of atom. So you know subatomic particles, protons, electrons, neutrons. Discovery of subatomic particles do you have in your lower class? Discovery of electrons, discovery of protons.
Yes, sir, in 9th standard.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you have?
Yes, sir, we have, sir, in 9th standard.
Okay. Next, discovery of neutrons, I think you don't have. Only discovery of electrons you have.
Yes, sir.
Neutrons also we know.
Okay. How neutrons were discovered? Shah Fahad. Okay, let it be. So what is there in 9th class, what is there in 10th class, that is secondary for us. However, in structure of unit atom, they deleted some portion. So they deleted some portion. So that is uploaded even in the PUC board website also. But I don't want to worry about that deleted portion. I want to discuss each and everything with you, what is there in atomic structure unit. Clear, students? So deleted portion is secondary for me. So you please take same as that. So no need to worry about deleted portion. So without continuation, we cannot understand easily the unit. So without link, say for example you are watching movie. So while you are watching movie, some portion is edited. Some portion is edited. Starting introduction portion is edited. Is it possible to think? So what happens in the movie? So it is not possible. That is, it is impossible. So similarly, if they are deleted, okay. So up to a certain extent they are deleted, okay. So without knowing what is the important basic required for a unit, it is not possible to understand the unit. So that's why I want to discuss each and everything what is there in atomic structure unit. Clear, students? But few topics in brief I will explain. So what are the topics very very important for objective examination, that we will discuss in detail. Okay na? Students, clear? Okay na? Please write down heading structure of atom. Structure of atom. So do you know where the atom word is derived? The word atom is derived from Greek word, that is atomio. So in Greek, the word atom is derived from Greek word, that is atomio. What is atomio? Any idea? Atomio means
Indivisible substance.
indivisible. Atomio means indivisible, means not divided, not possible to divide. That is the meaning of indivisible. Do you know who the name of atom was given? The name of atom was given by J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson given name of atom. Who given name of atom? J.J. Thomson. Okay. But this definition and what we are discussing in this unit is entirely wrong. Why? Because atomio means what? Indivisible. But atoms are divisible particles. But we are following the same word. If atom is indivisible particle, then what do we have to discuss in the atomic structure? Clear, students, what I am telling? If atom is indivisible, then what is there to discuss? So that's why actually this word is wrong. Atom means indivisible. That was disproved by so many scientists. That was disproved by so many scientists, and later so many experiments reveals that atom is a divisible particle, and it has so many subatomic particles. It has so many subatomic particles. Approximately there are 101 subatomic particles are there in the atom. Out of 101 subatomic particles, only 3 are the important subatomic particles. What are the 3 important subatomic particles? Protons, electrons, neutrons are the important subatomic particles. So what about remaining subatomic particles? Did you hear about positron? Positron. In your lower classes, did you hear about positron word? Positron, meson.
No, sir.
These are also subatomic particle. Positron means positive electron. Actually, electron what? Positive charge, negative charge we know. But positron means positive electron. So that we will get in nuclear physics unit. Nuclear physics unit. Okay. So you don't worry about that. How many? Yes. Positive electron is called positron. Normal electron is negative charge, na? Positron means positive electron. These subatomic particles you will get in nuclear fission reactions. Okay, na? You don't worry about that. In the second PUC, you have nuclear physics. There, teachers will discuss with you. Okay. Side heading is subatomic particles. Na? This is introduction. So, atom word is derived from Greek, that is atomio, means indivisible. The name of atom was given by J.J. Thomson. Next, so many experiments reveals that atom has subatomic particles. Now, subatomic particles is the side heading. What are the important subatomic particles? Protons, electrons, and neutrons. Protons, electrons, and neutrons are the important subatomic particles. Protons, electrons, neutrons are the important subatomic particles. These are also known as fundamental particles of atom. Fundamental particles of atom. Fundamental particles. Subatomic particles are fundamental particles. Priyanka Tiwari, are you there in the class?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Next one. Side heading. Discovery of electron. Discovery of electrons. Do you know who discovered electrons? Same scientist. J.J. Thomson discovered electrons. Electron name was given by Stoney. G.J. Stoney. S-T-O-N-E-Y. Not Sony, but Stoney. Electron name was given by Stoney. Electrons were discovered by Thomson. Now, anyone, can you explain discovery of electrons? Sukhiraj, Sukhir, Preeti, you know? Any student? Brief.
So, J.J. Thomson discovered the name was given by Stone. Named there in atomic there are not one
Not that one. What?
only electrons.
Only electrons. That is it. What you know? Additional this.
Additional, what we call
That I ask next class. Okay, sir. With the cathode rays. Very good. Please listen, ma. So no need to worry. So you are telling it is a 9th class topic. So once we have to remember what we discuss in this class. So that is related to 9th class. Very good. Discovery of electrons. Electrons were discovered by J.J. Thomson by using discharge tube experiments or cathode ray tube experiment. Both are same. Discharge tube or cathode ray tube experiment. What is a discharge tube? He discovered electrons. How he discovered electrons? By using a discharge tube. By using discharge tube. I am asking, what is a discharge tube? Listen now. Discharge tube is nothing but a sealed glass tube. Explanation about discharge tube. It is a sealed glass tube. It contains two thin metal electrodes at the two ends. This glass tube has there, so it has two electrodes. One electrode is presented at the one end of the glass tube, another electrode is presented at another end of the glass tube. So these two electrodes are connected to high electric voltage. These two electrodes are connected to high electric voltage, and this discharge tube is connected to vacuum pump. So what is the use of vacuum pump? Students, what is the use of vacuum pump? Vacuum means what?
It's vacuum in the seal tube.
We have to remove air from that space. That is where the no air is present in that area. That is called vacuum. Very good. To remove air. So vacuum pump main intention is to remove the air. Okay, na? So this is a discharge tube. What is a discharge tube? Discharge tube is a sealed glass tube. No air is present. Very good. Literal meanings are very, very important to our daily life. Okay, na? Vacuum means no space in that area. No, nothing is there. Okay, na? Discharge, empty space. Very good. Discharge tube is a glass sealed tube. Sealed glass tube contains two electrodes. So these two electrodes are connected to what? High electric voltage. Two electrodes are connected to high electric voltage. And this discharge tube is connected to vacuum pump to adjust the pressure. Okay. What are the observations we are observing in this discharge tube? Okay, na? J.J. Thomson adjusts the pressure in the discharge tube, that is 0.01 mmHg pressure. So what is the pressure he maintained? This is experiment. Na? Experiment means we have to follow some guidelines what he did in that experiment. So how much pressure he maintained in the discharge tube? 0.01 mmHg. Students, I want to say one general thing. It is not related to this one. What is mmHg? Do you have any idea about how to
Millimeter of
Millimeter of mercury.
millimeter of mercury? Okay, I am asking not that one. So how atmospheric pressure is calculated? We are saying atmospheric pressure is 760 mmHg. Okay, na? 760 mmHg atmospheric pressure. How you are getting that 760 mmHg? That is my question. Any idea? What is atmospheric pressure? 760 mmHg. In centimeters, how much? 76 only. 760 millimeters or 76 centimeters. Both are same. Brahmara, any idea?
No, sir.
Tanisha? She was absent. Next. Punit. So actually these you will get in your lower class. Very simple, na? So how we are getting 76 mmHg? For that I am giving explanation. No need to write. First observe. It is not in your syllabus. I am telling how you are getting 760 mmHg. For that I am giving explanation. First, we have to take a mercury in a container. Mercury in a container. Next, we have to take a long glass tube. Okay? Long glass tube with 100 centimeter length. 100 centimeter length with full of mercury. So if you invert this 100 centimeter length test tube in the reservoir of mercury, so you will get a certain amount of mercury present in the glass tube is enters into the reservoir of mercury. You will get some empty space. That empty space is called Torsellin vacuum. Scientific name Torsellin. Torsellin vacuum. Here we don't have any air, so that's why it is a Torsellin vacuum. If you calculate the length between this mercury level to bottom of the container, you will get 76 centimeter length. So that's why atmospheric pressure is measured as 76 centimeter Hg. Clear, students? This is brief. How you are getting 76 centimeters means this is the experiment process. The 100 centimeter length. We have to take full of mercury. We have to invert this test tube into the reservoir of mercury containing container. You will get certain vacuum, empty space. That empty space is called Torsellin vacuum. Next, if you calculate the length between the mercury level of test tube to bottom of the container, means this distance, you will get 76 centimeter or 760 mmHg. That is considered as 1 atmospheric pressure. Clear? So we have to maintain how much pressure in discharge tube? 0.01 mmHg. Next, 10,000 volts current. 10,000 volts current. So this is a discharge tube. So after some time, do you know what happens? After some time, a stream of rays are generated. What is the charge of cathode I taken? Negative. Charge of anode is positive. A stream of rays are generated at the cathode, and these stream of rays are migrated towards anode. So these rays are called cathode rays. These rays are called cathode rays. Clear, students? These cathode rays contain small particles, small tiny particles. Small tiny particles means, did you observe any time if torchlight is on in a dark place, you will get some small corpuscles, in dark space. If you switch on the light or camera light, you will get some dust-like particles in that light. Okay, na? Actually, that are not particles, dust particles. Is it possible to catch that particles? No. So such type of particles you will get when these rays are passed. So that particles are called electrons. And he concluded these electrons have negative charge. How he concluded these particles have negative charge? Right? Because they are migrating towards positive charge now. Which type of particles are migrated towards positive generally? Generally, positive charge, they are moving towards positive charge. Which type of particles are generally towards positive charge? Which have negative charge only? So that's why they concluded electrons are negatively charged particles. Electrons are negatively charged particles. So in brief, only you want to get for all these for subjective examination, even for objective answer, but explanation is important. So discharge tube is nothing but a sealed glass tube, contains two metal electrodes connected to high electric voltage. How to maintain 0.01 mm present 10,000 volts current. So a stream of rays are generated at cathode and migrated towards anode. These rays are called what? Cathode rays. These rays are called cathode rays. That is my experiment. That is experiment. Okay. Next, properties. Please write down properties. Cathode rays. Properties of cathode rays. That are not cathode rays properties. Now what I will say that are experiment results. First property is the first, later you write. Cathode rays travels in straight line. How they travels? In straight direction. Next. Cathode rays deviated in their path in the presence of electric field and magnetic field. When cathode rays deviated, cathode rays are deviated in their path in the presence of electric and magnetic field. What is the deviation, ma? Deviation means what?
Diverging from its original path.
Very good. I think you know very well about traffic rules. Traffic rules. Whenever you are going to straight line, you want to go to some destination. So they are giving to go to the destination. They are giving some arrow marks. That is called deviation. Okay. So cathode rays travels in straight line. First point. Cathode rays deviated in their path. When deviated in their path? In the presence of electric and magnetic field. Cathode rays deviated in their path in the presence of electric and magnetic field. Next. Cathode rays consists of, next point, cathode rays consists of small particles known as electrons. Next, last point, very, very important point. The cathode rays present in the discharge tube. The cathode rays present in the discharge tube or discharge tube are independent of this is very, very important point. Okay, na? Independent of nature of gas. Independent of nature of gas. Okay. So these are the important
So
properties.
can you repeat the second property?
Sir, repeat the last, sir.
Yes.
Second property.
Sir, repeat the last properties.
Please check once. First property, cathode rays travels in straight line. Next, cathode rays deviated in their path in the presence of electric and magnetic field. Cathode rays deviated in their path in the presence of electric and magnetic field. Next, cathode rays contains or consists of small particles called electrons. That only, na? Next, cathode rays in the discharge tube are independent of nature of the gas. Cathode rays in the discharge tube are independent of nature of the gas. Is clear? Shah Fahad.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Thank you, sir.
So this is about electrons, discovery of electrons. Next, side heading. Discovery of students. Do you know what is the syllabus for this weekend?
So no
For
test.
subject total some basic concepts of chemistry. Okay, na? So please prepare. No exam.
Sir, Holiday, right, sir? Diwali, right, sir?
Diwali?
Yes, sir.
Said that no
Diwali.
exam is there this week.
Let it be. Yeah, Diwali holiday or Christmas holiday, something. Whenever you have exam, this is the syllabus. Okay, na? Clear?
Okay.
Sir, means no exam this week.
Huh?
No exam, sir.
Shah Fahad, you are?
Yes, sir.
You are Shah Fahad? Shah Fahad, you please check your internet connection. So whenever you have examination, syllabus is some basic concepts of chemistry. Okay, na? Next month, discovery of protons. So do you know who protons were discovered? Protons are discovered by Goldstein. Who discovered protons? Goldstein. Not Goldstein, Goldstein. Listen carefully. How he discovered electrons? Same. He discovered electron by using discharge tube experiment. But what is the difference between the discharge tube experiment of J.J. Thomson and the discharge tube experiment of Goldstein? That is the difference. What is the difference? Very simple. Instead of normal cathode, Goldstein used perforated cathode. What is perforated cathode? Do you know any idea? Perforated means contains small holes. Contains small holes. Imagine a thin foil. It has small holes. So perforated cathode means it has small holes. Very good, Priyanka Tiwari. These are also known as canal rays. Electron discovery called cathode rays. These are called canal rays or anode rays. Both are same. Anode rays or canal rays are discovery of protons. Everything is same. So how he discovered protons? He discovered protons by using discharge tube experiment by taking perforated cathode instead of normal cathode. Same experiment by taking perforated cathode instead of normal cathode. Question is, why he taken perforated cathode? That is my question.
Electrons will easily pass through that perforated cathode.
Electrons will easily pass it. Electrons are generated at cathode. Actually, students, so what you are thinking, that is 100% correct. Whenever we are doing cathode rays experiment, at a time we are getting anode rays also. At a time we are getting anode rays also. But at a time movement of two rays we cannot calculate. Suppose if you use what is that? Perforated cathode. What happened? Perforated cathode means they contain small holes. So through that small holes, anode rays are passing. Anode rays are passing. That means some type of some behavior of rays we can observe after perforated cathode. Means in perforated cathode, we will get some anode rays. The movement also we can calculate or we can identify. So that's why he used perforated cathode instead of normal cathode. Perforated cathode, whenever they used it, so you will get anode rays. These anode rays are migrated towards the poles of cathode. So that's why we can observe the movement of anode rays also. So that is the main theme of taking, what is that? Perforated cathode. Actually, if you take discharge tube experiment, you will get cathode rays as well as anode rays. At a time, two are moving means it is not possible to identify in which direction they are moving. Suppose if you use in one of the place perforated cathode, you should not ask why he did not use a perforated anode. He did experiment with the perforated cathode. You have to question Goldstein, not me. Yeah, why? Because it is experiment. Experiment means what he did, that we have to discuss. Why he did not use a perforated anode means I don't have any answer. Clear? So to observe the movement of anode rays, he used a perforated cathode. To observe the movement of anode rays, he used what? Perforated anode. Students, any doubts up to here? Please ask whatever the doubts you have. Only 1 minute time. Pramara, Anisha, Vinay, Murali.
No doubt, sir.
Your friends. Manasa M. Madhu. Manasa M. Madhu.
Sir? Yeah, sir.
Any doubt, Manasa?
No, sir. No, sir.
Manasa completed, Manasa? Okay, thank you. Next. What about, very good. What about properties, properties of cathode anode rays? Any idea? Same, means anode rays are also travels in straight line. Please write there. Properties of anode rays are similar to properties of cathode rays, but opposite. In examination, you should not write opposite. That you have to represent. Okay, na? Opposite means anode rays are also travels in straight line from anode to cathode, but cathode rays are travels from cathode to anode, na? So that's why I told opposite. Next, same deviated in electric field, magnetic field. What? For what? No. Do one thing. You please open your objective material whether you are doing answers for that or not. That you have to check first. Okay? Na? That is important. That is important. Next, another important point to please write down. Ma, experiment is the same. Everything is the same, but what he used? Perforated cathode he used. That's all. Anode rays consist of small particles known as protons.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, before the discovery of electrons, how did they give the batteries minus and plus charge, sir?
Mama?
Sir, before discovering electrons only, how did they give plus and minus charge to batteries and all, sir?
Before that, they won't say, na? After experiment only, they concluded electrons have negative charge. How can you?
Sir,
How can he say?
Sir, before discovering electrons only, how did they give that batteries minus and plus charge, sir?
Can't hear properly. Please ask.
Sir, before
Discovery-
discovering electrons and protons, how did they give plus and minus charge to batteries, sir?
Battery is entirely different from a proton and a neutron. Suppose if you take electrical wire means it completes the circuit. Plus and minus means it completes the circuit. Plus and minus means it does not indicate contains positive charge, it does not contain negative charge. Terminals they are terminals.
Okay, sir.
Okay, na? We have to take some standard conditions. We have to take standard conditions means, say for example, if you take the simplest gas, so many gases we have now. How can you say hydrogen gas is the simplest gas? Due to its structure. Similarly, without knowing a positive and negative charge, we have to predict ourselves now what is the charge present on that gas, so and so gas. That we can discover by, that we can identify by using these experiments. Okay. Next, another important point to please write down. Another important point. The anode rays present in the. This is very important point. The anode rays present in the discharge tube. The anode rays present in the discharge tube are depends on nature of the gas. Depends on nature of the gas. Why it depends upon nature of the gas? Very simple, students. Literal, what do you know the structure of atom? Can you say brief? So atoms are spherical in shape. In that atom, we have a small region at the center of the atom, positively charged nucleus. So that positively charged nucleus consists of what? Protons, neutrons. Where the electrons are present? Electrons are present around the nucleus in different shells. So this you know about atom. Okay. Here, the mass of atom is responsible due to presence of protons and neutrons, not due to presence of electrons. So that's why whatever the gas you take, you will get a discharge tube experiment, that is a cathode rays. But particular gas if you take in discharge tube experiment, you won't get proton rays. Why? Because protons are responsible for mass of atom. Protons plus neutrons is called mass number. Not electrons plus protons, not electrons plus neutrons, not only neutrons. Z is equal to what? Ma? Atomic number. Ma? A is equal to what? A is equal to what? Mass number. It is equal to what? It is equal to what? Mass number equal to protons plus neutrons. So that's why.
Protons, neutrons.
So that's why mass of atom is depends on protons and neutrons, not due to electrons. So that's why it depends on nature of the gas. That next concept we will discuss about protons, electrons, neutrons. It depends upon nature of the gas. Clear, students? Next, discovery
Yes,
of
sir. Clear, sir.
Chinmay, please check once. Anode rays present in the discharge tube or depends on nature of the gas. Anode rays present in the discharge tube or depends on nature of the gas. Okay. Next, discovery of neutrons. Do you know who discovered neutrons? Neutrons are discovered by James Chadwick. James Chadwick discovered neutrons. How he discovered neutrons? Any idea?
Sir, by alpha particles.
Very good. Alpha particle with what? First of all, what is alpha particle? Listen.
Radioactivity ray.
Radio? Listen. James Chadwick discovered neutrons by bombarding. What is bombarding? Bombardment means what? Collisions. By bombarding treatment of the beryllium sheet with an alpha particle. Collision. Okay? Na? By bombarding a thin sheet of beryllium with the alpha particle. Thin sheet of beryllium with the alpha particle. Alpha particle means what? Please remember, na? Very, very important alpha particle you should not forget in your life. He2 plus is called alpha particle. What is alpha particle? He2 plus. This
So
is
why you use only the thin sheet of beryllium?
why?
So why you use the beryllium sheet?
Beryllium sheet has a beryllium atom structure is somewhat greater when compared with remaining metals. Okay, na? He used a beryllium sheet. That beryllium sheet bombarded with the alpha particle. Alpha particle means He2 plus. Mass number 4, atomic number 2. But what is the difference between normal helium and alpha particle? In normal helium, 2 electrons are also present. But here no electrons. Only protons and neutrons. No electrons in alpha particle. Your question is why he used alpha, why he used beryllium sheet?
Yes, sir.
See, for always experiments, scientists use availability of elements also, availability of the compounds also, availability of the sheets also. So it is a not radioactive substance. Beryllium sheet is a not radioactive substance. Availability is more. So that's why he taken beryllium sheet for his experiment. Okay. See, this is the reaction. What is beryllium atomic number? 4. Mass number 9. Treated with alpha particle. We are getting, so 4 plus 2, 6. 6 means carbon only, na protons 6 means carbon. Next 9 plus 4 13. So carbon atomic number is 12 plus 1 neutron in it. So this is formation of neutron. So what is the mass of neutron? 1 unit. Mass number means here powers will be. Charge of neutron 0. Charge of neutron is 0. Mass of neutron is 1 unit. Students, up to now we discussed different subatomic particles, which are heavily massed particles. Heavy massed particle is neutron. Next proton, next electron. Least mass is for electron, highest mass for neutron. Clear? Highest mass for
Neutron.
neutrons are heavily massed particles.
Neutron.
You have to remember. Next, electrons least mass. Next, protons in between of electrons and neutrons. Protons are present. So this is about the discovery of electron. Next topic, charge to mass ratio of electron. Charge to mass ratio of electron. I think you don't have this from this topic onwards. Charge to mass ratio of electron. Only your classes. The discoveries are there. What? This one. You checked it? Removed. I don't know exactly what. These basics are also important. What is the charge of proton? What is the charge of neutron? Which is a heavily massed particle. If you remember, it is easy to discuss. So that's why I am telling everything. It is also known as E by M. Very simple one. Ratio means we will write like this only, ratios. 1:2, 2:1, 5:1. That is ratio. Here, charge to mass ratio of electron. So here, E means charge, M means mass. What is the charge unit in physics? Physics charge unit. What do you will say?
Coulomb.
Coulombs. See, what is the unit of mass? Kilograms or grams. Okay. So charge to mass ratio of electron. So the charge to mass ratio of electron was calculated by J.J. Thomson. Who calculated charge to mass ratio of electron? J.J. Thomson calculated charge to mass ratio of electron. How he calculated charge to mass ratio of electron? Again, he will do an experiment. So this is that experiment. This is electrode cathode, and this is electrode anode. Normal cathode, normal anode. So the end of discharge tube is covered with fluorescent material. Fluorescent material. So what is the use of fluorescent material? Very simple. Fluorescent material use is in experiment. Whenever if any particle strikes on that fluorescent material, it glows brightly. It glows brightly. That is the use of fluorescent material. So generally, zinc sulfide is used as a fluorescent material. Zinc sulfide screen. So whenever any particle strikes on that screen, so it glows brightly. So we can conclude some particles are bombarded on that screen. Okay? Here, if you pass high electric voltage at low pressure, what happens? It liberates cathode rays. That you know. So how cathode rays oscillates? How cathode rays passes? Or how cathode rays travels? Cathode rays travels in straight line. So for example, this is point B. Cathode rays traveling straight line. This is point B. Next, when cathode rays deviate from, when cathode rays deviates in the presence of which fields it deviates? Electric field,
Electric and magnetic field.
electric and magnetic field available. Here, if you apply electric field, plus minus in which direction they deviates? I have applied electric field. This is positive. This is negative. In which direction they deviate? They deviate or upper or down? See, this is a negative charge. This is cathode rays. In which direction they deviate? Very good. Up. Means, say for example, this is the point at projectile at here. Next, remove that electric field. If you apply magnetic field around this cathode rays, that is NS. Don't consider this electric field, only magnetic field. So it strikes at point C. Means these cathode rays are deviated in the presence of electric field as well as magnetic field. So by carefully calculating the
So why you think it's down?
this south pole is nothing but a positive charge for magnets. So that's why they are deviated. Whenever you are applying a magnetic field, we should not consider this electric field. At a time, we should not use two. One time electric field, another time magnetic field we have to use. Okay, na? By carefully calculating the effects of electric and magnetic field on the cathode rays, he calculated E by M value of electron is 1.7588 into 10 power 11 coulomb per kg. 1.75. What is the value? 1.75 double 8.2. 1.75 double 8.2. Double 8.2 1.75 double 8.2 into 10 power 11 kg or 1.75 double 8.2 into 10 power 8 coulomb per gram. So this is the E by M value of electron. This is the experiment I told. So please refer your textbook for this diagram. This is the experiment I told. Charge to mass ratio. So in the next class we will discuss charge of electron. How charge of electron, what is the charge of electron, and the remaining atomic models we will discuss. Okay, students, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.